Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Ashley. Today we are doing a full face, I almost said Maybelline, I've already done that, of L'Oreal Paradise products. I have every single item except an under eye setting powder they don't have. So I will use something that is $1 at Dollar Tree that would be comparable to that. I never saw loose setting powder from them. I had their sponge, but don't have it anymore. But I have my $1 Shop Miss A Pop Blender blender that I use all the time and that I trust and swear by. This is awesome. If you ever get a chance to pick up in bulk because they do sell out fast. So if you're interested in getting the look in my thumbnail, then you know what to do. Let's just get started. I'm going to prime the eyes first with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. This is more than concealer. I bet it's the Tarte Shape Tape. I think it's better than the Shape Tape, honestly. Just a little bit. It's a little bit more hydrating. And it is definitely full coverage. Mine I get on the yellow side a little bit. I don't like a stark white base or highlighted look on my face. So this is definitely full coverage. I love it a lot. To set that down, I'm using their face powder. It's the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. I have mine in the shade Warm. So it's just a compact. I guess I could use that for setting powder under the eye. Just don't want it to oxidize. Not sure if it's going to do that, but I'm just going to take my Sephora 57. Why am I doing that? My Sephora brush 77 and going over my eyes just to set them with powder so that we can move on to the shadow palette. I'm using the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Scented Eyeshadow. This stuff does smell amazing. I've had this for years. Look at the color story here. This is a beautiful everyday neutral palette, and I have created the most stunning look with it. It has over 2,000 views on YouTube with this palette. When I started my channel a year ago, I wasn't really serious, and I just threw a couple looks out there, and over time it's built up to that many views. All right, I'm going to start out by using this pinkish shade right here. These are pretty dusty, but we can get over that, can't we? Just put that right in the crease. What do you think? Do you guys like long videos, short videos? And then I'm going into this deeper fawn shade. These are nice and pigmented, no patchiness, easy to blend, and they smell amazing. It's not like you can smell them all day long or anything like that, but they do smell really pleasant while putting on the eyeshadow. I think it's been so long since I've had these shadows, they do smell kind of weird. I'm going to go into this shade right here. A little bit deeper than the one beforehand. This is how I always do my makeup looks, unless I'm in a no makeup type of rush. I go from lightest and then to darkest. I almost never use black. The only time I use black eyeshadow is to either do a wing, because I can't do a wing for the life of me with a pencil. So that's where I'm stopping there, and I'm going to take this darkest shade. This is just on a Real Techniques brush. It was in a set. Now these are definitely very, very powdery, but the only other L'Oreal palette they had was the Au Naturel, and I absolutely despise that palette. I can't make it work. It's chalky, it's dusty. Every shadow runs into one another. It's just like, I can't handle it. So I put the audio on, which I was missing, and a truck is right across the street, revving the engine. I'm going to take my MAC brush, it's just a flat shader brush, and go into this middle shade right here, and just pack that on the eye. Where the darkest shadow ends, I'm going to meet right there. And I will use another shadow to make it less of a harsh line. Now with a more short or precise flat shader brush, I'm going to take this stark white up here and just put that right underneath the brow bone. It's not that pigmented, which is good because I don't like a super pigmented brow bone. It just kind of looks weird, but I like that. That's enough for me. What do you say we do brows now? Because I cannot handle looking at myself without brows. I'm going with the Brow Stylist Definer in Brunette from L'Oreal. I always comb my hairs up to get them ready for the shape that I'm going to put them in. And I also brush them down to get hard areas that don't have any brow hair. So I basically start from this pointing start, and then I go to my tail. The tail is where we want it to be the darkest. So I put sort of medium pressure on the middle, and as I'm going out, I put more pressure on the pencil. And then for in here, I just kind of flick it toward my nose and outline very, very lightly where I want the brow to stop. And then I'm going to spoolie this through and bring this to that point so I don't have to put a lot of additional product down, so that it can just kind of look more gradient. See, with that, I still have to put down a little bit more. I try to go in the direction of the hair. Honestly, I think I'm deep brunette and I don't have that shade. Therefore, we are going to deal with this shade. I'm gonna go do the other one and I'll be right back. Okay, they literally have started and stopped their truck for like hours. I couldn't put this video off any longer. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic in black just to put on my top lashes. I'm going in with falsies today, but this stuff does give amazing length if built up. I mean, it's so tiny, the wand, I'm barely using anything, and it really does lengthen, as you can see. I barely used it, but it's super impossible to get back in there almost, but you can do it. Jaclyn Hill couldn't, but I can. If anyone has seen that video with Jaclyn Hill doing the drugstore video, and she threw this out because she couldn't put the thing back in, the spoolie or the wand, just takes some finessing. See, it has super length. I'm just gonna do that and try to get this back in there. And we're gonna prime our skin. I'm gonna use two primers. I want to use the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, which is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless thing for the sides of the face, in medium glow. So I want some of this glow. It comes out like this. It's not super duper glowy. Dupe. And I had just said a dupe, and then I messed up and it sounded like I said dupe again. But yeah, I love this stuff. See what a radiance it gives? Like, so beautiful. Then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock. Stuff is amazing. And it comes out in a pink sort of lotion-like serum. I'm just going to put that, and I'm going to press it in the pore area, because it does. It smooths, it fills pores, it's not greasy, it wears fine under makeup. And that those are two excellent primers. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible. It's either going to be the Pro Glow, if I can find my match, or the True Match. So I'm looking here. This is Cool Classic Beige C3. And I'm just going to pour that in the back of my hand. It doesn't have a pump or anything, so it's very difficult to gauge how much I need and what I want. But that looks like this. It looks like a fine match. Taking my Shop Miss A Paw blender. I have a link down below if you're interested in buying anything from there. I have my brushes recommendations getting ready to be put out soon. And yeah, the wooden handle pencil, all of those brushes are sold out, and those are my fave. So that provides decent coverage. I barely put anything on. But as you can see, it does a great job with redness, with overall coverage, and it looks very natural and skin-like. Alright, you guys, I built up 2 small layers and I have full coverage. It's very light, very skin-like. I don't know why I haven't been using this longer because it's so inexpensive, and they actually have testers now at Target and Walmart to be able to get your shade. This is a new shade, by the way. I love it. Thank God that truck's going away. He was driving me nuts. But look how wonderful my skin looks. So radiant with those primers and everything. Going back in with that L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I think mine's in the shade Cashew. I'm just going to do one eye at a time. It's pretty thick. I don't even think I needed that much. I could carry it over to here. And also just take some and bring it down the bridge of the nose. I don't want to be too full covered today. Just what I need covered. So it blends out super easily. It's very full coverage. It's quite like the Shape Tape, so, and it's a third of the price. So now that that's all blended out, I'm going to set with that that face powder. You guys, I would hate to ruin it by oxidizing this, so I'm just going to use the Wet n Wild Coverall. It's only $1 at Dollar Tree. I just can't. I don't want to ruin this look for you guys. It looks so pretty. So I'm just going to dunk my sponge actually in the powder and just set the under eye and wherever I put concealer. It's so beautiful, this powder. I don't know why no one talks about it. I have a video on the best pressed powders at the drugstore, and this was definitely in that. And it's so inexpensive, and it sets just like the MAC Emphasize. That's $20 just for one shadow. So that's all nice and set. I'm going to set the perimeters of the face with the True Match Super Blendable Powder in Warm. Just looks like this. Flip it up, and I have the IT Cosmetics brush that I use. And I'm just going to pat this all over the rest of my face. Plus it adds a little bit of coverage because it is a powder foundation. It's not just strictly, you know, a powder. It will add some nice coverage to the face, which is great. Going back into the Enchanted palette, which is still available because it's so good, I'm sure. I'm going to take this lighter shade on my Shop Miss A E142, and I'm just going to drag this on the lower lashes just for a little bit of color down there, but I really don't want hardly anything at all. And taking the telescopic again, this is great for the lower lashes, and I'm just going to really finely, carefully hit the bottom lashes, almost like nothing at all. I have to be so careful with this part. I always mess it up. And with yesterday's video, it really sucked because the whole look could have been salvaged had that mascara not transferred all underneath my eye. So that's what I'm going to do for the lower lash line. Still trying to put this back in. And then I'm going to take, I have this crushed metal foil, metallic foil in Diamond Dust. So I'm going to use that for my inner corner highlight. I wonder how blinding this is going to be. Oh, that's so pretty. It's not too much, but the consistency is that of a ColourPop Super Shock shadow, meaning it gets dense in it. And I'm going to put a little bit on the lower third to brighten and open the eye. That makes the eye look larger. If you have small eyes, it's a nice trick. And I'll put a little bit on the brow bone. Wipe most of it away. And same with here. I think that is really, really beautiful. Loving that. Okay. For bronzer, you will never believe I love the Lumi Bronze It, the original one. This is in medium and I just love it. I can't believe I haven't been using it much more often than this, but I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk brush, just swirl it around, and bronze the face. Can't you see? It's just effortless. There's no skipping. The tone is perfect. This pan's going to last me forever. And I just love this. I always go back to this. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I would strictly just be using this. I know for a fact. It's better than the Jouer. It's better than the Marc Jacobs. I just absolutely adore it. My fave. For blush, I'm so torn. I have the Paradise Enchanted blush here, and I also have the new Blush Please. So I think I'm going to do one on one cheek and one on the other, and if it doesn't work out, I will just blend it. So on this side, I'm using the Blush Please in Shimmering Blush in Saint Tropez. That's what it says. So this has radiance to it. Come on. Since it said it's radiant, I'm assuming it's going to be sparkly. Put a little bit in. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to tap that. I'm not even going to go in with the other one. This one's so pretty. I put a little on my nose. I kind of just go like this, and the remaining I put on the rest of my face. But that's so, so gorgeous. For a highlight, my favorite from the drugstore, actually, besides the Rose Molten Gold, is this L'Oreal Crushed Foil in Rose Quartz. It's my ride or die. I love this stuff. Just look at that. That is just, I can't even. It's my favorite. I love it. I'm so glad I did this video to be able to pull it out and use it. Just using this on the Milani. Hang on a second. No luck. I was looking to see if it was upstairs, but it's not. This brush is $15 from Milani, which is not that much cheaper than the Anastasia brush itself, which I have. So I would go with the Shop Miss A. It's called the F19 brush. It's a total dupe. Oh my gosh, look at this highlight. This is why I love, love, love. L'Oreal always gets it right with something of their line. And I feel like these highlighters are definitely it. And this is limited edition, it says so. But just look at that highlight. It's so pretty. All right. I don't want to use mascara, I don't think. I'm going to curl my lashes and we will see what it looks like. Let's take it way back. I forgot. I lined my lips. I thought I was recording. Let's take it way back to the Infallible Pro Matte Lipsticks. This is so cool. I have Nudist, so I'm going to use that. I love the applicator. It hugs the lips. This is a nice nude. It's a brown tone nude. Totally does not match my lip liner, but that's okay. And then I'll just pat that out to make it look a little bit more natural and clean up edges. When this dries down, I have two glosses from the limited edition line, the new line. They're called the Glowing Lip Glosses. I have See You Soon and Shall We Dance. I think I'm going to use See You Soon because it's a little bit more corally. So, wow, that's pretty. And then pat that out. And it's not a really sticky feeling. It doesn't, you know, make your lips stay together. But this lipstick, that liquid lipstick, it does take forever to dry down and it does not come off. For setting spray, I'm going to be using the Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist, one of my faves, as a setting spray. And honestly, I can just go forever and ever and ever with that. I'm taking my fan from Amazon. right before it fully dries, I take a sponge and pat everything together just to see if it's all cohesive and make sure that it looks okay. I really glammed it up with that highlighter today. You can see it, but I also put the glow glotion on and everything like that. So all together, you guys, this is the final look. What do you guys think? I don't need lashes. I put barely one coat on of that mascara, and it gave me a lot of length and volume, and that was basically nothing. So yeah, this is the final look. I hope you all enjoyed this. What other one brand tutorials would you like me to focus on? I do have one on Pacifica, Ilia Beauty, Milani, and Wet n Wild now, and Maybelline. Now I have L'Oreal. Just let me know. It can be a high-end brand. I have a lot of stuff for high-end brands. I love you all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.